I am about to turn 28, but I look very young for my age. I would say that most strangers in a setting with no context would assume that I am somewhere between 16 and 21 years old. This is based on what other people have told me. How can I get women my own age to take me seriously when women typically do not date younger men? Obviously, I am not actually younger, but most of them assume that I am. Story 1. I am pretty much the same. The lucky outcome for me is that I found a partner my age who also looks a lot younger, and we are very happy. We look late 20s to early 30s while in our early 40s. Looking younger is an asset. Generally, have the confidence not to care. If you suspect that a woman you are interested in has guessed your age wrong, just make a joke out of it. Ask her to guess your age and have fun with how much she is off. Or bet with her on who is older. That's what I used to do, and most of the time women were impressed. The ones that are put off will be put off. You can't please everybody, and you don't need to appeal to or be attractive to everybody. Leave yourself open to the people who will actually appreciate your looks. Also, it's not like there aren't women who are willing to date younger. Story 2. Make a lot of money and dress like a businessman. I am not saying it is the best approach, but I can promise it will work. Story 3. Your appearance is one thing, but how do you behave around others? Are you mature and confident? Do you come across as acting like a teenager? Story 4. As someone with a baby face and inability to grow thick facial hair, I can relate a little. I don't look like a child, but I don't look 30 either. Much more than physical appearance affects how people perceive you. It is cliché, but confidence is key. Also, what do you mean by take you seriously? If you are looking for a serious, stable relationship, you need to be serious and stable in other aspects of your own life. Story 5. How do you dress? Outside of just being baby-faced and fresh-looking, which doesn't need to be a problem, there is a lot you can do to change people's initial perception that you are in your late teens. Story 6. Maybe you can try dressing smartly rather than super casually. Avoid the look and brands popular with teenagers. Story 7. Facial hair, hairstyle, clothes. Honestly, it starts with appearance. People judge based on what you look like since it is the first thing you see visually. Start with clothes, then hair and facial hair. Story 8. Clothing and confidence. Looking young is both a blessing and a curse, as you realize. But if you pair looking young with a dress style that seems teen, it just makes you look even younger. This does not mean you need to become a sophisticated businessman or adopt the old money aesthetic, but it is time to adopt some mature clothing styles and wear them with confidence. An example would be Thomas Brody Sangster. He looks like he stopped aging at 16, but when looking at some of his clothing choices, he no longer looks like a teenager. He looks young, just not that young. If you cannot grow a beard, consider a mustache. You can also try different hairstyles for a more mature appearance. Story 9. Woman here, stay away from any fashion that could be considered youthful, such as graphic and band t-shirts, ultra-trendy pants, and accessories you would see on a college student. I went through a similar experience with work. I looked much younger than my age when I was in my mid-20s, and no one took me seriously. The first thing I did was update my fashion, hair, and so on to better fit my age. Then, I worked on my attitude and public perception. I am naturally goofy and joke around a lot, so I did not want to lose that part of myself, but I spoke clearly and confidently, did not apologize for having an opinion, and stopped acting meek. I know this is mostly a woman thing, but there are definitely men who function similarly. Anyway, my age caught up with me quickly, so I hope the same does not happen to you. I always benefited from looking 5 to 10 years younger than I was. Now I look my age. Story 10. I would just run with it. Tell them you are 18 and interested in older women. Sorry, do not listen to my advice. I am gay, 51, never serious, and I feel like guys 10 years younger than me are still too old. Story 11. Pull their ponytails and run away laughing. At first, they will act annoyed, but then they will get one of their girlfriends to tell you they like you. That is usually how it works, I think. Story 12. Edit. This is awkward. My apologies to the original poster. I'm not even sure why I assumed you were not a man. Maybe I was just thinking about my experience with my wife's friend and made some neural connections misfire. So yeah, oops. Leaving the post so anyone else can laugh at my expense for a bit. It is something that you are asking this in Ask Men. I actually know a woman who had a similar problem with her appearance. She is one of my wife's closest friends and looked remarkably young, around 13, when I first met her, although she was in her 20s. Short answer. Keep your hair up in a ponytail, wear glasses, and some small amount of visible, but not too bold, jewelry. No parted lips when I smile and basically pretend to be boring. The quote is probably paraphrased, but that is what I remember. She said that any slip-up in her demeanor during introductions would make it almost impossible to correct later. Edit. I would like to add that this is why I love this subreddit. It is much more tolerant of the randomness of people than many of the Ask communities I have been in. Story 13. Honestly, I would talk to some women friends if you have someone you are close to, or even hire a style consultant. Or better yet, sisters if you have them. A different haircut, the right glasses, or even a very short stubble beard can do a lot to change a face. I had a baby face in my 20s too, and while I do not like longer beards, a very short beard, trimmed twice a week using the smallest blade guard on my trimmer, really helped me look my age. I also changed my hair in my mid-20s to something that suited my face better, and it made a big difference. Bonus points though, I am in my 50s now, and when I see other men in their late 40s and early 50s, my baby face does not seem so bad anymore. I look 50, but I look good for 50 and even get attention sometimes, so I appreciate it a lot more these days. Story 14. I'm assuming you do not have height or facial hair, so outside of putting on a lot of muscle or tattoos, you are out of luck. Story 15. I had the same problem when I was your age. I just dated younger people. Maybe date someone who is 24 or 25. I am much older now, and I still look younger than I actually am. I have grown to like it. Story 16. Control what you can control. 1. Hit the gym, build up your shoulders specifically. Maintain stubble if you cannot grow a full beard. Posture, stand straight with shoulders back. Clothes fit is king. Stop wearing clothes that are too large. Learn to adjust sizes through available online tutorials and reduce your wardrobe to only clothes that fit exceptionally well. Pay for tailoring if possible. Think like a predator and move like a predator rather than like prey. Prey moves with jerky, sudden movements close to the body, which gives off nervous vibes constantly. Observe how cheetahs, lions, and tigers move deliberate, flowing, and languid movements. Story 17. Change how you dress. Your clothes, your hairstyle, your glasses or contacts, and so on. All of your clothes should be in good condition. No holes, no frayed edges, no fading. If you show up to a date wearing a 10-year-old t-shirt, the woman will treat you like a child. All of your clothes should fit you. If you have a small figure, get the smallest clothes you can. If you are larger, make sure the clothes fit you exactly. You may need to find custom clothes or have your clothes tailored, but they should look like they fit you. If your clothes are too baggy, it looks like you are wearing your father's clothes. If your clothes are too small, it looks like you haven't bought clothes since you were a kid. T-shirts should be plain and made of fabric only. Avoid images or prints, as these make you look younger. For example, band t-shirts make any adult look significantly younger and less mature. Buy a blazer. It does not have to be expensive. Just a nice dress coat that can go on top of any shirt to make you look more grown up. A blazer over a t-shirt can make any man look like an adult. Jeans should be snug and the correct length when you sit down. If the legs are too short or too baggy, it looks like the pants do not belong to you. If your hairstyle looks like what teenagers wear to be cool or edgy, it will make you look like a teenager. Choose hairstyles that make you look like an adult. This advice works for every man and every age group and is a good starting point for you. Story 18. Dressing differently aside, have you considered fake glasses? Try buying some stylish blue light blocking glasses and wear them around. See if people treat you differently. Story 19. I mean, this might be a little drastic and probably ineffective since you typically get seen as an actual adult anyway. But do you have any visible tattoos? If not, are you willing to get any? Here's the bottom line. I'm 21 and usually seen as about 14 to 17. The most common number I get is 15. I've only heard 18 once, and people have genuinely assumed I was around 12 at least 3 times. I'll admit that I'm definitely very skinny and lacking in muscle right now. Exercise and I don't get along because of some conditions I was born with. I can't go too hard in the gym or anything, but I'm not even that short. I'm a decent 5 feet 8 inches and still dealing with this. I'm baby-faced, wear a lot of colorful clothes, and currently can't grow a lot of facial hair. I literally will not look like a grown man without testosterone treatment being involved, which I am definitely doing eventually, but not yet. Am I going to change how I dress or present myself until then? Not really. I like being a peacock. But I am getting a small tattoo somewhere on my arm for my 22nd birthday. When it's visible, it'll act as a signal that I'm at least 18. Don't get too hung up on it. You're probably sick of hearing this, as I sometimes am, but there are some perks to looking young, too. We'll age like fine wine. We can only control how the world reacts to us so much anyway. Remember, people admire confidence over anything else. I've noticed they usually laugh when I make a joke about my situation. Story 20. You are almost 28, but your mind is probably still in high school based on how you solve social problems and your style of dress. There are some girls who share your interests but lack the confidence to approach you or send you direct messages online. Story 21. Some girls do like young boys and even younger-looking men. I think you should explore a bit more to find your ideal type. Story 22. I feel your pain entirely. I am 34 but look like a college freshman. No one takes me seriously. I suppose dressing in suits might help, I don't know. Story 23. The way you carry yourself says a lot about you. I am the same age as you, and dating people our age is very challenging. I have had more luck dating women in their mid-30s. It is very refreshing because dating women my age or younger is difficult. Story 24. I have always been told that dressing is a big factor. Dressing well and styling your hair are important. Shoes are something women notice right away. Story 25. I doubt it has anything to do with looking younger, unless your behavior or personality reflects that you are 16 to 21. Women detect insecurity or immaturity faster than cheap cologne. Improve your attitude, not your age. Story 26. How do I get women my own age to take me seriously? They don't do that at any age. Just date younger men. If women in your peer group don't want to date you based on your appearance, that is their problem. Story 27. Get rid of the t-shirts. Use button-down shirts, thrift shop okay, even with nice jeans. Wear clean shoes and be on time for work and dates. Use proper English. Do not talk about your online games unless she is really interested. Read a book. If you have a car, keep it clean and do not let food trash accumulate. This advice applies to all ages. Story 28. Hit the gym. Being bigger will always make you look older, and training gives you a boost in testosterone, enhancing your masculine features. Dress more maturely. If you usually wear t-shirts and hoodies, try different styles and wear clothes that fit your body and build. Build your confidence. From your replies, you mentioned lacking confidence. Shy guys are less appealing to many girls and often appear younger. Build confidence or pretend to be confident until it becomes natural. Facial hair. You mentioned that you cannot grow a beard. Consider trying a mustache and goatee combo if possible. It is common, but if you can pull it off, it will make you look older. Story 29. Dress well. Wear a button-down shirt, dress pants, nice shoes, quality cologne, and a good watch. Find the colors that suit you. Trust me. Story 30. Brother, I am 33, and women do not take me seriously either. But that is not related to my appearance. I also look young when I shave, so when I do, I just use a number 2 guard to have stubble and still look around my age. Story 31. Working out to build bigger muscles always makes you look older and dress more mature, not just wearing pants and a shirt like a university student. Story 32. You cannot make other people take you seriously. Be yourself and embrace your youthfulness. Date younger if you want. I know men over 50 who date 20 to 30 years younger than themselves. Do what is good for you and do not live for the acceptance of other people. Story 33. Date younger women only if women your age do not take you seriously. It is unclear why this would be a significant issue. Story 34. The way you dress is your best bet. Upgrade your style. Think of Barney from How I Met Your Mother. Story 35. I would say trying to date women in their early 20s might be slightly easier and more fulfilling. Do you have any younger friends or coworkers who could possibly introduce you to some? If maturity and personality are concerns with much younger women, there are those who are above average for their age. Besides my self-esteem and perceptions of my looks in my 20s, I also looked young for my age in my 20s and 30s. The 3 relationships I had in my late 20s and early 30s were all with women between 7 and 13 years younger than me. Story 36. Grow a beard if you can. I look young for my age even without it. It has helped a lot. It looks great too. Story 37. Since you cannot grow facial hair, you need to re-examine what you wear and how you carry yourself. You do not have to dress like someone you are not, but at least make sure your clothes fit, the colors match, and they are appropriate for the places you are going to. Carrying yourself with confidence, walking with purpose, and generally looking like you know what you are doing will greatly improve how people perceive you. Story 38. Just take care of yourself. Don't be a slob. Lift some weights, have experiences, and actually be interesting. Don't get stuck in destination happiness thinking. If I only had this or if I only looked like that, I would be happy or people would like me. This is a bad way to go through life. Attracting people and finding happiness are not a matter of checking boxes. The general advice I opened with is about improving yourself and becoming a better, more confident, and interesting person. You have to realize you can do all those things and still fail at attracting a partner. Instead of thinking, I need to work out to attract someone or get hobbies to meet people, see it as I need to work out to improve myself and get hobbies to have meaningful experiences and a sense of purpose. You are much more likely to have success with this mindset. As someone who has always looked young, was pretty thin, and couldn't really grow facial hair, I think certain people appreciate that look. My wife, for example, does not like facial hair and is not into hypermasculine men. In my 30s, I got more into weight lifting and adding muscle. I tried to bulk up to a certain weight, and my wife joked that it was not what she signed up for. She likes my muscles, but getting very big does not do anything extra for her. Still, lifting weights has added to my confidence and makes me feel good. If you are skinny and young-looking, adding some weight may help you feel less self-conscious about it. Story 39. What is wrong with dating younger than, like 23 to 24? Unless you are interested in a specific woman your age, I do not think the age really matters. There are plenty of young people with their act together too. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.